You mean to tell me you let this lady steal over $400,000? Really?
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining this particular episode of the OtisWho podcast. I am your host, OtisWho.
Ain't nobody coming to see you. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
So, you're not hurting my feelings. Okay. With that being said, before we get any further, hit the like button. If you're watching me on YouTube, hit the subscription button. If you're watching me on Rumble, hit the Rumble button. Okay. Before we get started, again, I would like to give credit to where credit is due. And yes, I am smoking my marijuana stick. We have just passed the legalization of recreational marijuana on February the 3rd, which was 3 days ago. And I've been celebrating ever since, if I can keep this damn thing lit. Okay, so with that being said, shout out to Voice of the People _news on Instagram. Please go to their Instagram, follow them, comment, and let them know that you got this story from OtisWho, from the OtisWho podcast, and he referred me to you guys. They do an excellent job. I get a lot of my commentary and my news, not the commentary, I get a lot of my news from Voice of the People, and then I take that content and I just talk over it, talk about it, give my editorial, give you my opinion on it. That's all it is. So thank you so much for Voice of the People for making my job just a little bit easier and for you putting in basically the groundwork. And I really do appreciate it. It does not go unappreciated. So with that being said, I got this story from them and let's get started. This is from a small town in Flordell Hills. It's very small. Now, before we even get started, let me give you a brief rundown of how this even works here in St. Louis. As you didn't know, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. We have St. Louis City and St. Louis County, okay? With that being said, we have a mayor for St. Louis City. We have a mayor for St. Louis County. There is a large area, not that large, but large enough to where we have the nerve to have several. It's over 30. Don't give me the line, but I know it's over 30. Several municipalities of small counties. And each one of those small counties have their own mayor. They have their own budget. They have their own police department. Okay? So hopefully you have a small idea of what's going on and where this is going. Okay? So with that being said, I digress. Bear with me. Let's do this here. Where you at? Are you there? No, you ain't. Where you know? It's right here. Boom, boom. There we go. Now, this lady here, she is 68 years old. These criminals come in all shapes, sizes, colors, and age, apparently. Okay. The former city clerk of Flordell Hills, Missouri, on Monday admitted to stealing $487,673 from the small, struggling city. Maureen Woodson, 68 years old, pled guilty in front of the U.S. District Judge Rodney W. Sipple in one count of mail fraud and one count of wire fraud. Woodson admitted that from roughly February 2016 to April 2022, she and the former assistant city clerk Donna Thompson wrote about 614 checks to themselves without the authority or knowledge of the mayor, the treasurer, or the board of aldermen. They forged the signature of the mayor and or the treasurer on the checks, the plea agreement says. Wow, they went in. So from, what's that, 8 years, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, that's 6 years. So for 6 years, so that's roughly, I'm just guessing probably around $70,000 a year they were stealing. Wow. Okay. Y'all some little slick little heifers, huh? Okay. Woodson and Thompson cashed some checks and deposit others into their personal bank account. Stupid, the plea says. Woodson and Thompson used the money to gamble both in person and online and for personal expenses, the plea agreement says. They also used city checks or wire transfers of city funds to directly pay the, oh my God, stupid. So they used city checks and or wire transfers of city funds to directly pay the rent for their home in Florida. Wow. As well as for entertainment, their federal taxes and expenses at restaurants and stores. Y'all had the nerve to steal the money from the county you guys work for and had the nerve to pay your taxes with it. In her plea, Wilson admitted fraudulently obtaining $487,673. Thompson has pleaded not guilty, but has scheduled a change of plea February the 7th, according to court records. Oh, she's going to change her plea, tomorrow. Okay. Woodson and Thompson, 75, were indicted this past August. Okay. Woodson is scheduled to be sentenced May 16th in the U.S. District Court in St. Louis. Each charge carries a penalty of up to 20 years in prison, a $250,000 fine, or both. She would also be ordered to repay the money. Okay. This photo is credited from Fox 2. Let me see. Wilson was hired in 2010 and Thompson was hired in 2012. Both women were terminated this past May of last year. Okay. Now, this is the scary part. This is the troubling part. Forest Hills is roughly 6 blocks square, which is nothing. Has an annual budget of about 400,000 and a population of about 800. So they basically stole a whole year's budget over a 6-year period. And let me see, approximately 53.9% of those residents live below the poverty level, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Majority of that area, the demographic, is people of color, African American, whatever you want to call it. I don't like that term, but that's a whole nother story. But there are people of color. And the population is 800. And they just made it clear that over half, 53.9%, and I'm pretty sure it's higher than that. But we just say that that's conservative for now, and we give it to them. 53.9% of those residents live below the poverty level. Now, I didn't look that up. I need to see what let's look that up real quick. I'm just curious. Hold on, let's do this. Let's do that. Hold on. Let's go back here. Boom, boom. Okay. I'm just curious here. I really am. I want to see. Let me see here. What is the U.S. Come on, U.S. If I can spell a poverty line. Okay, what did they say? Okay, determine the family's poverty. Lord have mercy. Determine, let me see, let's get to the point. What is the U.S. poverty level line for 2022? Okay, here we go. Wow. For a family of two, matter of fact, I show it. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure you got it. Ain't no secret. Hold on. Here we go. For a family of two, okay, right here. For individuals, I'm not trying to highlight all that. There we go. You see it. For individuals in 2022, 13,590. For a family of two, 18,300. For a family of three, 23,000. And for a family of four, 27,000. How in the hell can one person live off $13,590? That's the poverty level? Wow, you got to be kidding me. I'm not going to even go there. But anyway, let's get back to the story. I'm curious to see, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that that's Fed time. I think they said U.S. district. That's Fed time. So depending on if they have a criminal history, which I don't know. I do not know. I didn't look their name up, but it is public record. I'm curious to see if the judge is going to be lenient with them based on their age. Because their age, I mean, they're definitely up there. They are some old ass crooks. they old. I'm curious to see how much time that the judge is honestly for real is going to give them. Because like I said, there's a lot of factors going on with that. It really is. There's a lot of underlying factors. You have a majority of people of color living, if not all people of color living in that particular city, Flordell Hills. The mayor is white. I'm not sure what the makeup is the board of aldermen. I have no idea. But the city clerk, the two that handled the money, were white. Not bringing color in this. It sounds like I am, but I'm really not. I'm just trying to just paint the picture and just bring out the facts. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm just curious to see. I'm just curious to see what the judge is going to give them, because that's a lot of money to have swindled in 6 years. That's a lot of money for that small of a town. You talking about the budget, the annual budget of $400,000, and they actually swindled more than that within 6 years. Only two people. They in their 60s, 68 and 75. So that means the 68-year-old, they started this, so she started that when she was 62, and the 75 started when she was 68. Oh my God. Them hell for something else. Them hell for something else. I'm curious to see what the judge is how much time the judge is going to serve them. Wow. I'm definitely curious. Let me know your thoughts on this story. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can go back, if I can find it. Give me 1 second here. Let me see. There we go. I want to read some of these comments here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Bear with me here. Yeah, I want to read some of these comments because I'm just curious to see and put my finger on the pulse of what our people in the streets are talking about here. Let's see here. Okay, let's read some of these comments. I'm definitely curious. Let me see here. We have way too many municipalities in STL. Yes, we do. I touched on that a little bit earlier. Yes, we do. Way too many. But it's a money grab, but that's a whole nother story. Let me see here. And they swear up and down they always want to make sure they pick the right employee. Let me see. I'm trying to find some good ones here. I'm trying to keep it somewhat clean. They still showing up to work with the white mayor of this city. 95% of this city is African American. So why is all governing bodies white people? The mayor owns more. Okay, I'm going to say allegedly because, well, I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just reading the comment. So I still say allegedly to protect myself. The mayor owns more rental property in this city than Trump does in Atlantic City. Wonder how and why. Wrong one. Wrong one. My bad. And I'm not going to edit it out. There was not an all moment. There was definitely a yes, because that was true. So much so I'm going to read it again. The mayor owns more rental property in this city than Trump does in Atlantic City. Wonder how and why. Allegedly, I would say that. Just protect myself. Allegedly. Wow. It ain't nothing to do. A quick search, though. Let me see. Let me see. What else? Lord, what else? Please keep us updated on their sentencing. I bet they won't get 5 years. Hey, Nubian goddess Pinky. Yes, those are my sentiments exactly. I am curious about that as well too. I want to know how much time that they're going to get. That is a good comment. Now you're on my level. Let me see. Now we know why the city was struggling. Funny, they always watching us, but the theft seems to keep happening. Better stop turning that blind eye to Karen. I like that. Who said that? When Cox is 9. Okay. And I read this last one. Let me see. Hopefully it's good. This is by Still a Beast. How's this stealing if all government around the world are so-called stealing? The only stealing is them making up laws and rules that'll make living harder than it is to be. Only stealing is from government taking from regular citizens and paying taxes on taxes. That's what stealing is. The ones that use a pen every day are far more evil than the ones that use a gun. Wow. Hey, I'm going to say this. I understand what you mean and what you are saying in that statement. But I will say this, and I will say this. I have one objection or one comment that you said something, but I don't think you realized what you said. And I'm going to repeat what you said, this last one. The ones that use a pen every day are far more evil than the ones that use the gun. That's partially true. Take the evil word out, and all I'm going to say is this. You could learn and you could utilize the same methods that they use with that pen. And it doesn't have to be evil, but you could use the same methods that they use. If they could use it, we could use it with that pen. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's a whole nother podcast, but I like what you're saying. I really do. But yeah, I definitely see the sentiments of the people and how they feel about this. Yeah, it is, it's rough. It's funny and sad at the exact same time because there are some nuances, there are some obvious, blatant things going on that I don't even have to discuss at all. We all know what it is. I'm just curious to see with this climate, what the judge is going to do about this case. I'm curious to see how much time the judge is going to give this lady for her crime of admitting to stealing over $400,000, which is definitely more than the annual budget of the town that she swore to protect and serve and to keep the proper bookkeepings. Wow. Well, that's that story. Again, leave a comment below for me. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you think that they're going to get less than 5. That was it is they because there's 2 of them. One is 68, one is 75. Do you think, for whatever reason, that they're going to get less than 5 years or more than 5 years? Please leave a comment at the bottom and let me know your thoughts on that. And until then, I will be back with another great story. But until then, holla.
OtisWho.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.